Welcome back to another episode of Law in a Minute. This is your host, Edgar Choi, and today I shall teach you how to trade safely in China. We will talk about doing background checks, what clauses you must put in your purchase contracts, and how to avoid common traps. A lot of clients, which are mainly overseas buyers, have contacted me to complain about Chinese factories sending the wrong type of goods, shorting the weight or amount of goods, or just refusing to send the goods even when they have received the deposit in full, claiming that they do not trust the buyer and want the full amount. Doing due diligence is a must before trading with your Chinese party. Before you send the money over to your supplier, you should always ask for the business license and get a lawyer or even just a Chinese friend to check their company online. If there are existing or previous lawsuits, or if the company is brand new, you should think twice before doing business with them. A lot of overseas companies find their suppliers on Alibaba and then decide not to use the platform to buy products when offered a discount. The seller or factory will tell you that both of you can avoid heavy taxes and platform fees, so it is a win-win for both parties, but this usually is a trap. If you stick to the platform, they escrow the money for you, and it will not actually be sent to the seller when you press the dispute button. This at least gives some form of protection to buyers when there is something fishy going on. Another thing that I notice about overseas buyers is that they do not have a proper contract with the Chinese seller. They either only have a one-page flimsy contract or just a pro forma invoice. Now, this is very dangerous practice as you do not have any sort of legal protection when a dispute arises. Unlike Europe or the States, China does not have a law that says that the losing party pays for the legal fees. So even when you win the lawsuit, you lose out on legal fees. Therefore, you should add a clause in your contract that says legal fees are paid by the losing party, and add a contract breach penalty clause as well to cover time and energy lost. You can also consider putting in an arbitration clause, as English can be used in arbitration. Arbitration is also much faster than going to court, as there are no appeals. The best way to avoid trouble down the road would definitely be to come over to China to meet with your supplier before dealing with them. You should also hire a lawyer to draft up a contract that protects your legal interests fully. Such a cost is really nothing when compared with the time, energy, and money wasted on battling it out in court. If you are a middleman procuring goods for companies in your country, you lose your clients if you are unable to send them what they want on time, not to mention possible penalties for breach of contract. If you are buying raw material like steel, iron, and aluminum, your whole project just gets delayed for at least a month because you have to look for another seller to ship over what you want. Thanks for watching this episode, and if you need help drafting your contract and doing background checks, or if you are already having a dispute with your Chinese supplier, please do not hesitate to contact me. I hope that this video has been helpful to you, so stay tuned for our next topic on whether it is illegal for hotels to reject foreigners.